Hi guys, it's Daryl again. Today's artwork is going to be a bit thoughtful. I'll incorporate more design elements and add extra details to the image. I'll also play with the tonal values. Along the way, I'll encounter some challenges that are real but come in the creative process. So how does everything unfold from the start to the finish? Let's dive into today's art creative journey. Oh, by the way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. That way, we can meet here again right on time. I will start with a pencil sketch. Why? Because this design involves a lot of elements, and I want it to be a relatively polished piece. Naturally, this means the process won't be particularly smooth. Many parts of it are unknown at this stage. I don't want to settle for just a casual sketch practice. I plan to put my ideas into this piece. That said, my initial concept is chaotic. I have no idea what the final result will look like. As you can see, it's a side-back view of a girl carrying a backpack. What you see now is the entirety of my current concept. However, her identity, the backpack's design, and the overall setting are still a tangled mess in my mind. I think this process of gradually feeling your way out of chaos is painful, yet incredibly rewarding. I must admit, I'm struggling, especially with the backpack. I keep revising and figuring out what it should look like. On top of that, the paper is quite textured, and it doesn't hold up well to repeated erasing. After a few attempts, the surface quality has deteriorated significantly. Thankfully, I finally came up with a clear idea for backpack. What a relief. Now that I have a clear vision, I can move on to ink. This process is relatively enjoyable but also tests patience. The fun part is that, after all the thinking, I have a clearer plan, so there's less mental strain. However, it does require patience because I need to carefully trace every line. It feels like I'm drawing the same thing all over again, a bit frustrating, to be honest. If someone with a perfectionist streak were doing this, they might actually enjoy cleaning up the messy sketch and turning it into a polished image. As for me, I'm a Virgo. So what do you think? Honestly, I don't love this stage. Ideally, when I finish thinking about it, the drawing should just appear by itself. Why do I still need to draw it? AI-generated image might align with this logic, but the fun of designing and drawing by hand can be overlooked. The backpack has a hollow structure filled with spherical objects. What are they? I haven't decided yet. Using a brush pen, I emphasized some structural edges, and the first round of inking was done. After erasing the pencil lines, the cleanup, it means the drawing is improving and getting closer to completion. Now, let's pause and take a look. What do you think is wrong with this image? I noticed a few issues. For example, the helmet design isn't great. It's a bit too large, making the character's head look oversized. Her hands also seems too small in comparison. Unfortunately, there's no going back now. It is what it is. We need to embrace imperfection. Drawing and designing are all about making mistakes. Onto rendering first, I used a brush pen to roughly fill in the hair with black. Then I added occlusion shadows and started coloring the outfit. At this stage, I selectively added colors, combining shadows and logo colors. This was to create depth in a flat image using contrast and enhance volume and light through shading. Adding fine details with a fine liner pen is very effective. If you want to see how different pens perform, check out my previous video for detailed demonstrations. For this piece, I also used the watercolor to add more tonal variation. However, I didn't aim for a colorful look. I wanted to keep the overall image black and white. Now comes my favorite part, drawing the tattoo. The designs are simple and loosely arranged. As you can see, the backpack is filled with skulls. This adds more intrigue to the girl's character and her mysterious role as the skull collector. At this point, my thoughts were still churning. The upper body is packed with details, but the lower body feels simple. How can I balance this? By the way, there's someone asked me in the comments how to maintain the big shape while working on the intricate details. Well, that's a fantastic question. I'll think about it and maybe make a video to explore it. So, stay tuned. I used an orange brush pen to add some details to the tattoos and made other minor adjustments. At this point, I felt stuck. The piece was about 70% complete. The major elements were fixed, but the final outcomes was still uncertain. This reminds me of the long unfinished manga, Vagabond. I can't compare myself to Takehiko Inoue. I think I understand his situation a little. After some thought, I decided to work on the background. Honestly, I wasn't entirely sure what it was. Maybe part of the building? I then used my vintage 1982 watercolors, just kidding, to add colors to the mysterious background object. The goal was simplify to distinguish it from the character. Finally, I filled the lower body area with dark tones to balance the composition. I had planned this all along, but left it for the last to keep some flexibility. And that's it! After some final tweaks, the piece was down. Phew, what a marathon. But it's complete. And that's what matters. That's all for today. I'm Daryl. I'll see you in the next video.